الحمد لله رب العالمين. الله أكبر. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبع بالإحسان إلى يوم الدين. إخوتي الأفاضل، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. First of all, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most gracious, the most merciful. As Muslims, we testify that there is none worthy of worship and praise except Allah, and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the final and seal of all prophets and messengers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends to guide mankind from the darkness of disobedience towards the nur of Iman. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us be amongst the guided ones, Ya Kareem. My dear brothers and sisters in the deen, welcome to the North Brixton Islamic Cultural Center today for another episode of our weekly episodes at the Masjid here in London. Today, of course, I have with me our dearest beloved Sheikh Dr. FAISAL BOADI, who will tell us lessons learned from the Quran or the verses I'm going to recite bi'idhnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala. As usual, I will recite few verses from the Quran. We're going to look at Surah Baqarah chapter 2 from verse 183. Bi'idhnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala. I will recite these ayat and give you the nutshell meaning of the ayat, but I'll narrate them to you, tell you or explain these surahs, this ayat to you, and thereafter I'll pass the mic to the able Sheikh Dr. FAISAL BOADI to tell us lessons learned. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون أياما معدودات. فمن كان منكم مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر، وعلى الذين يطيقونه فدية طعام مسكين، فمن تطوع خيرا فهو خير له، وأن تصوموا خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون. شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان، فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصمه، ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر، يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر، ولتكملوا العدة ولتكبروا الله على ما هداكم ولعلكم تشكرون. وإذا سألك عبادي عني فإني قريب أجيب دعوة الداع إذا دعان، فليستجيبوا لي وليؤمنوا بي لعلهم يرشدون. أحل لكم ليلة الصيام الرفث إلى نسائكم هن لباس لكم وأنتم لباس لهن، علم الله أنكم كنتم تختانون أنفسكم فتاب عليكم وعفى عنكم، فالآن باشروهن وابتغوا ما كتب الله لكم، وكلوا واشربوا حتى يتبين لكم الخيط الأبيض من الخيط الأسود من الفجر ثم أتموا الصيام إلى الليل ولا تباشروهن وأنتم عاكفون في المساجد تلك حدود الله فلا تقربوها كذلك يبين الله آياته للناس لعلهم يتقون. Allah says, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu. Allah call on you the believers, O you who believe. Chapter 2, verse 183. Allah says, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu. O you who believe. Kutiba alaykum as-siyam. Fasting is prescribed for you. Kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum. As it was prescribed to those before you. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. So that you may gain piety, self-restraint, God consciousness, taqwa, a demarcation between you and what Allah prohibits. So that you may gain all that. This is why fasting was prescribed for you. أَيَّامًا مَعْدُودَاتٍ. Fasting is for a fixed number of days. Can be 29 or 30. فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا. But if any of you is ill, أَوْ عَلَى سَفَرٍ, or they are back on journey, they are on a journey, فَعِدَّةٌ مِنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرٍ. They must make up for the days they missed. وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ يُطِيقُونَهُ فِدْيَةٌ طَعَامُ مِسْكِينٍ. And for those who cannot fast because of valid reasons prescribed in the Quran and the Sunnah, then those people, they must give ransom, they must feed a fast someone needy person every day. And Allah said, وَأَن تَصُومُوا, فَمَن تَطَوَّعَ خَيْرًا فَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَهُ. For anyone who wants to give more as a charity, then that is good for him or her. وَأَن تَصُومُوا خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. But for you to fast is much more better for you if you know. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the next verse, شهر رمضان, the month of Ramadan, الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. It is the month in which the Quran was revealed to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Hudan linnas. This Quran is guidance to mankind, a guide to mankind. وَبَيِّنَاتٍ مِّنَ الْهُدَى وَالْفُرْقَانِ. And also as well, it's a clear sign of a guidance, and also as well judgment or criterion. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Hudan linnas, is a guidance for mankind, وَبَيِّنَاتٍ مِّنَ الْهُدَى, and clear signs from the guidance, وَالْفُرْقَانِ, and criterion or judgment. فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرَ. Anyone amongst you who sees the month or the moon, فَلْيَصُمْ, they must fast. وَمَنْ كَانَ مَرِيضًا أَوْ عَلَى سَفَرٍ. And anyone who is sick amongst you, or he or she is on a journey, فَعِدَّةٌ مِّنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرٍ. They must make up the days for the days they missed. And Allah says, يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ بِكُمُ الْيُسْرَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to ease your burden. He wants to make things easier for you. وَلَا يُرِيدُ بِكُمُ الْعُسْرَ. He does not want to make things difficult for you. وَلِتُكْمِلُ الْعِدَّةِ, and for you to complete the prescribed days, 29 or 20 or 30, and after that, وَلِتُكَبِّرُ اللَّهِ, for you to send glory and praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, عَلَى مَا هَدَاكُمْ, for that which He has guided you. وَلَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ, by doing so you may be people who show gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah make us be amongst them, ya Kareem. And the next verse, Allah says, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي. Amazingly, this verse is so beautiful. Allah said, when my servants, they ask you, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, about me, Allah said, فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ, I am very close to them. أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ, I will surely answer to the call of the caller if he or she calls me. فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي, but let them answer to my call first. وَلِيُؤْمِنُوا بِي, and they must have faith in me. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ, by doing so they may walk to the straight path. أُحِلَّ لَكُمْ لَيْلَةَ الصِّيَامِ, permitted to you in the night of fasting, not the day. In the nights of Ramadan, permitted for you الرفث, to approach إلى نسائكم, to approach your wives. It's allowed for you to approach your wives in the night of Ramadan, not the day. هُنَّ لِبَاسٌ لَكُمْ, they are garments to you. وَأَنْتُمْ لِبَاسٌ لَهُنْ, and you are garments to them. عَلِمَ اللَّهُ أَنَّكُمْ كُنْتُمْ تَخْتَانُونَ أَنفُسَكُمْ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala know that you used to hide in the night approaching them. فَتَابَ عَلَيْكُمْ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has accepted your tawbah, forgive you. وَعَفَى أَنْكُمْ, and He has pardoned you. فَالْآنَ, and now onwards, فَبَاشِرُوهُنْ, فَالْآنَ بَاشِرُوهُنْ, and now onwards approach them. وَابْتَغُوا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ, and seek that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed for you. وَكُلُوا, eat, وَاشْرَبُوا, and drink, حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ لَكُمُ الْخَيْطُ الْأَبْيَضُ مِنَ الْخَيْطِ الْأَسْوَدِ مِنَ الْفَجْرِ. You eat and drink in the night until when you can distinguish between the white and the black, the white and the black thread. Then that's when you have to stop eating. And that means by Fajr. ثُمَّ أَتِمُّ الصِّيَامِ, and start fasting from Fajr إِلَى اللَّيْلِ, so sunset. وَلَا تُبَاشِرُوهُنْ, but do not approach your wives while وَأَنْتُمْ عَاكِفُونَ فِي الْمَسَاجِدِ, while you are doing i'tikaf, the last 10 days in the mosque. تِلْكَ حُدُودُ اللَّهِ, these are the perimeters, the boundaries of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَلَا تَقْرَبُوهَا, do not transgress or go beyond them. كَذَلِكَ يُبَيِّنُ اللَّهُ آيَاتِهِ لِلنَّاسِ, this is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes or explain His signs clear to mankind. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَّقُونَ, so that they may gain piety, God consciousness, or self-restraint. My dear brothers and sisters, in the deen, without much ado, I will now pass the mic to my able, dearest beloved Sheikh Dr. FAISAL BOADI, to elaborate and explain to us lessons learned from these beautiful ayats. فليتفضل الشيخ مشكورا.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين، وبعد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Well, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first of all to be among the living ones up to this time. We are very fortunate once again Allah had brought back our souls to our bodies. That now you can eat, you can drink, you can move, you can talk, you can breathe, and you can also do good deeds. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept that for all of us.
Amen.
Well, as since last week you were talking about, you took the first ayah of ayah to Ramadan, and that was ayah 183. If you look at how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had made it, all the ayats of Ramadan, or the fasting, Allah started with Taqwa. At the end of 183, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, so that you may gain what? God consciousness. And when you look at the end, after he has finished everything, ayah 187, check at the end of ayah 187. How did it end? Yes. How did it end? So that you may gain. That is it, mashallah. So gaining of God consciousness at Taqwa, it is not only in fasting. This is what you have to bear in mind. It is not only in fasting. It is the whole of your life. So everything you are doing, it has to be based upon that. And that involves even how to raise up your children. How to raise up your children. It has to be involved with that. Because you have to raise them to their final, in the light of their final destination. That's why when you read Surah 66, Ayah 6, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us regarding this, how important it is. So the taqwa is not only in the month of Ramadan, as you want to gain the taqwa, no, but it goes to everything. So let's see what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the light of your final destination, what you want to gain. And that's how you have to bring up your children also. Now.
Okay. Surah 66, At-Tahrim. Are we going to look at Ayah 6? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا وقودها الناس والحجارة عليها ملائكة غلاظ شداد لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يؤمرون. Allah says, يا أيها الذين آمنوا. He called on you to believe and say, O you who believe, قوا أنفسكم, protect yourselves, your souls, وأهليكم, and the souls of your family, nara, from the fire. Protect your souls and the souls of your family from the hellfire. وقودها الناس والحجارة, because the wood, the fuel of the Jahannam, the hellfire, is mankind and stones. عليها ملائكة غلاظ شداد. Around that fire you have angels, appointed angels. They are very stern and severe. لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم. They never ever disobey Allah for whatever they are commanded to do. ويفعلون ما يؤمرون, and they do exactly as they are commanded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
So in other words, here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling me and you how you should raise up our children, our family, in the light of their final destination. Where do you want the child to be at the end of the day? At the end of the day, where do you want that child to be? Allah wants you and your children, your family to go to Al-Jannah. Therefore, He's telling you, He's warning me and you, that we have to protect ourselves and our family, our children from that. So we have to inculcate a Taqwa in the minds of our children when they are growing up. Tell them about Al-Jannah and tell them about Al-Jahannam. Let them know about that there is a place so beautiful that you get everything that you want. A place that you will never become hungry or thirsty and so forth. No. A place where you will not die. A place where you will not become sick. It's only enjoyment, happiness, and peace. And there's another place also. That is not a good place. That Allah also has prepared for those who do not obey Him. Give the child this kind of God consciousness. And always let the child know that whatever thing he or she will be doing, say, look, Allah wants you, which place do you want to go to? A place where you have everything that you want. You want toys, you want everything, anything you want, you get it. Or the place that you will not get anything like that at all. Which one do you want? Now, obviously, the child will say that he wants the place where he can get all these toys and everything, isn't it? Yes. He said, well, if you want that place, then you have to do such and such thing. If you do this, you do that, Allah will give you that. So I want you to always try to do such and such things, and inshallah, Allah will give you that. But here Prophet ﷺ also has said, كُلُّكُمْ رَاعٍ وَكُلُّكُمْ مَسْئُولٌ عَنْ رَعِيَّتِهِ. So each one of you is a shepherd. You are responsible for those who are under you, under your care. And each one of you will be questioned Yawm al-Qiyamah regarding that. So, parents, we are responsible for our children. And you will be questioned Yawm al-Qiyamah. So how do you want the child to respond? That my parents did not bring me up Islamically, did not give me Islamic environment, did not teach me what I'm supposed to know and what not. All these things you have to bear this in mind. That's why Prophet has said, even before the child even comes into this world, he said, whenever you are going to have marital relation with your wife and so forth, you have to make the dua, isn't it? Asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep away shaitan from you and whatever comes out of it. Isn't it? Why? It means He wants you to become God conscious all the time, even before the child even comes into this world. And when the child comes to this world, what's the first thing you give the child? You give the Tawheed. You make the child to know about the Tawheed. That's the first thing the child has to know. And then Rasulullah has said you have to give the best name to the child. The name that has meaning. Nowadays people, even Muslims, they give names, they look at this style boys and style girls, names and so forth. They say because this one it rhymes with this and so on and so forth. And they give it to their children. When you ask the child, what's the meaning of your name? They say, I don't know. Who gave you that name? My parents. So when you go ask them the meaning, they do not know. They just inherit it and so forth. It means it rhymes and so forth. How it goes, that's all what they want. Everybody's name is his or her identity. My name and yours, it is our identity. And everyone must live according to his identity or her identity. But if you do not understand it, how are you going to live according to that? You don't understand the meaning of your name. Therefore, Prophet ﷺ, he used to change people's name during his time. If the meaning is not good. If the meaning is not good. Okay? So likewise, you must give the best name for your child. The name that the child also will understand the meaning and what it entails regarding that particular name. This is very important in our life. So don't just give a name because you just want to give a name to the child. No. Now, the next aspect that we have to bear in mind is regarding maintaining the child. Prophet ﷺ had said it is sufficient sin for anyone who will neglect those people whom he or she has to maintain. It's the greatest sin. So you must maintain your child. This is a part of Taqwa. So you do not leave the child just like that. No. Maintain the child. So many times people are calling and so forth, oh, my husband had left the children, myself and the children and so forth, and does not care about them. You are responsible. You're not here. Allah is going to ask you. Even if you divorce, but you did not divorce your wife alone, you want to divorce your children also? You want to divorce both wife and the children? No. The children are children. They are your children. Wherever they will be, they are your children, and therefore their maintenance also is compulsory upon you. You as a man. So whether the children are staying with you, or they are staying with mom and so forth, or wherever they are, it is your responsibility to maintain them. Don't say that, well, because the children are not staying with me, and therefore I have no obligation towards them. You have obligation towards them, whether they are living with you or not. Because they carry your what? They carry your what? Your name.
When we say they don't have my surname, then what to do?
So it is very important anytime that you must maintain your children. And not only that, for her two what? Two daughters. One hadith, one narration had said, Aisha radiallahu anha had only one date. Only one date. Nothing more than that. Look, imagine the house of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They don't have any food, nothing, except date. One date. Subhanallah. Which president or king or queen and so forth in this world, let's say the poorest country in the world, the poorest country in the world, the head of state of that his house will have nothing except one date. Can you get that one? No. And here you see Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is more than that. He was the chosen one by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not only for Meccans and so forth, or for the Arabs, but for the whole world. And in his house, only one date. She said, I have except only one date. And she gave it to that woman. The woman split them into two. He gave half to this daughter and the other half to the next one. Subhanallah. And one hadith says he has only three. And that's when he gave it to the woman. And the woman gave one to each of them. While they were eating and so forth. And it was so hungry, so they had to very quick. And since he had only one that he was going to put, because she has to split that one also into two. And gave it to them. Then she got up and went. When Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came, and Aisha informed him, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, whosoever will take care of this one, whether the three of them or two and so forth, you become as a shield for them. With that particular barrier, to protect them from entering into hellfire. Subhanallah. So maintaining our children is very, very important. It's a part of Taqwa. That's why when I said, all what Allah has said and so forth, people who cannot fast, people who are remote or who are traveling, and all kind of things and so forth, how to do what is called have a relationship with your family, the night, all this Allah has put them between the two things. One is everything, one is self. So when you see everything that you are doing here, it's part of Taqwa. It's part of Taqwa. Now the next part you have here in mind is, as I've said, how to treat the people. And another thing is how to educate them. Education is very important, and it goes everywhere. So Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had many courses upon every Muslim to be educated. Every Muslim should be educated. Because education is something that takes you forward. Even how to make food, you have to be educated about that, isn't it? So you know the secrets that you have to do it. How to make focus on what are you supposed to say? You have to be educated about all these things. And that is not only for men, it is for women also. Both men and women education is very important. For both of us, you must learn. Therefore, your children don't prefer that at all. In some places, itself only the boys should learn. Because they guess there are just a few and they say somebody are going to get married, it goes so far. But even they are going to get married at this. At the end of the day, they are going to have children. By the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Isn't it? And they should be the first teachers to teach their children. And if that one is ignorant, what she going to give it to that child? So you must make sure that you teach our children properly. We teach them properly. And the best thing you can teach your children is first of all, let them know about Tawheed. Because knowing Tawheed, when it's of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and knowing about the shirk is very, very important. It's very, very important. Hence when you look at Surah Al-Luqman, Surah Al-Luqman, chapter 31, from 13 up to 19. Here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us what such beautiful advice and education and teachings that we have to give to our children. So you do not fast only that, in Ramadan I have to take care of my child or this and so on and so forth. And after the month of Ramadan, you have nothing to do with your child. No.
Surah Luqman, chapter 31. And the verse we're going to start from is from verse 13, 1-3. Surah 31, verse 1-3. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ولقد آتينا لقمان الحكمة أن اشكر لله ومن يشكر فإنما يشكر لنفسه ومن كفر فإن الله غني حميد وإذ قال لقمان لابنه وهو يعظه يا بني لا تشرك بالله إن الشرك لظلم عظيم ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه حملته أمه وهنا على وهن وفصاله في عامين أن اشكر لي ولوالديك إلي المصير وإن جاهداك على أن تشرك بي ما ليس لك به علم فلا تطعهما وصاحبهما في الدنيا معروفا واتبع سبيل من أناب إليه ثم إلي مرجعكم فأنبئكم بما كنتم تعملون يا بني إنها إن تك مثقال حبة من خردل فتكن في صخرة أو في السماوات أو في الأرض يأت بها الله إن الله لطيف خبير يا بني أقم الصلاة وأمر بالمعروف وانه عن المنكر واصبر على ما أصابك إن ذلك من عزم الأمور ولا تصعر خدك للناس ولا تمش في الأرض مرحا إن الله لا يحب كل مختال فخور واقصد في مشيك واغضض من صوتك إن أنكر الأصوات لصوت الحمير. Allah says, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا لُقْمَانَ الْحِكْمَةَ. He said, we have bestowed on Luqman wisdom. Allah bestowed on Luqman wisdom. He was a wise man. Anishkur lillah, to show gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for that which Allah has bestowed upon him. وَمَنْ يَشْكُرْ, Allah said, whoever show gratitude or be grateful to Allah, فَإِنَّمَا يَشْكُرُ لِنَفْسِ, they are just grateful for themselves. It benefits them. Definitely. They do it for their own benefits. وَمَنْ كَفَرَ, but anyone who is ungrateful and disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَنِيٌّ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is free from all wants and hamid and worthy of praise. وَإِذْ قَالَ لُقْمَانَ, and remember or behold when Luqman alayhi salam said to his son, لِإِبْنِ, he said to his son, وَهُوَ يَعِذُهُ, he was advising his son. Listen to it. The first thing Luqman said to his son, يَا بُنَيَّ, oh you my dearest son, لَا تُشْرِكْ بِاللَّهِ, do not associate Allah with a partner. إِنَّ الشِّرْكَ, for indeed joining Allah with a partner, لَظُلْمٌ عَظِيمٌ, is the highest, the greatest of all atrocity one could commit on the surface of this land. That's the first thing. وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ, Allah said, and we have enjoined or advised man to be good to his parents. حملته أمه وهنا على وهن. Their mothers, or his or her mother, carried his or her pregnancy for 9 consecutive months with difficulties upon difficulties. Subhanallah. She suffered to carry your pregnancy for 9 good months. وَفِصَالُهُ فِي عَامَيْنِ. And your mother delivered you. When she delivered you, she breastfeeded you for 2 consecutive years. Process for you to live and grow up in this world. Anishkurli. Allah said, so that you must show gratitude to me, Allah first. Then wali walidayk, and be grateful to your parents. Your mom and dad, you must be grateful to them because they cherished you to be who you are today. Ilayya al-masir. For you shall definitely return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one day, sooner or later. وَإِنْ جَاهَدَاكَ. If your parents, they strive to make you عَلَىٰ أَن تُشْرِكَ بِي, for you to join Allah with a partner, for you to worship someone other than Allah, مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٍ, for something that you do not have knowledge about, Allah said, فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا. Do not obey them. You must obey them in everything except when it comes to shirk, or anything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not accept or order you to do. Allah said, don't obey them in that regard. وَصَاحِبُهُمَا فِي الدُّنْيَا مَعْرُوفًا. Even though they are not kind to you, or they are not kind per se, but they do not want you to obey Allah, or they are not Muslims. For example, Allah said you don't have to be disobedient to them. You don't have to be harsh on them. Allah said accompany them with good. Be kind to them. Show them justice. وَاتَّبِعْ سَبِيلَ مَنْ أَنَابَ إِلَيْهِ. And follow the path of those who turn to me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ثُمَّ إِلَيَّ مَرْجِعُكُمْ. Allah said, you shall all return to me. فَأُنَبِّئُكُمْ. And I will inform you بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ, for that which you've done in this world. Now Luqman continued to advise his son. He said, يَا بُنَيْ, O you my dearest son, إنها إن تكن مثقال حبة من خردل فتكن في صخرة أو في السماوات أو في الأرض يأتي بها الله. He said the shirk that you commit, even if that shirk is an equivalent to the weight of a mustard seed, under a rock, is hidden under the rock, or in the heavens skies and the skies above, the heavens above, or in the earth, underneath this earth. If that tiny shirk that you commit is hidden there, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring it out yawm al-qiyamah. Subhanallah. May Allah save us from that. Inna Allah latif. Yep. MashaAllah, the Sheikh said, contrary to that as well, when it comes to provision of something good, whatever provision is being decreed for you, wherever it is, even if it's hidden in the skies above, or under the rock, or underneath this earth, it will be brought to you because it's been decreed for you. May Allah reward you, Sheikh, for that. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Luqman said to his son, then if that shirk is hidden, wherever it is, Allah will bring it to Yawm al-Qiyamah, because Allah is Latif. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is subtle, Latif. You know, someone who is very gentle, do things, mashallah. And also as well, Khabir, is well acquainted or aware of what you do. And then he said, Ya Bunay, oh my dearest son, Aqimi Salah, establish regular prayer, establish your Salah, pray, Wa'mur bil ma'ruf, and enjoy the good, Wanaha 'anil munkar, and forbid the evil, Wasbir 'ala ma asabak, and also as well, constantly patience with whatever befall on you. Whatever trial you go through, just be patient. إِنَّ ذَلِكَ مِنْ عَزْمِ الْأُمُورِ. Indeed, for this purpose, it is one of the things that needs great courage for you to go through this. وَلَا تُسَعِّرْ خَدَّكَ لِلنَّاسِ. He said, oh my dear son, do not swell your cheek at people. Yeah? You're doing pride, showing them like this. Arrogance. Don't be rude to people in a simple term. Never you be rude to anyone. That's the advice of Luqman to his son. They do not encourage those ones. They don't encourage their children to be rude to others. He said, do not be rude to anyone. Don't swell your cheek on people. Don't do that. And also, وَلَا تَمْشِ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا. Do not walk on the surface of this earth with arrogance. Don't be arrogant. Why? Because إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ كُلَّ مُخْتَالٍ فَخُورٍ. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He does not like people who walk on the surface of this earth with arrogance and boastful. They walk like that. Allah said He does not like those people. So don't be amongst them, because if you are arrogant and rude and you walk on top of this earth, be rude to people with arrogance, Allah does not like you. Allah doesn't like you. Waqsid fi mashiyik. And be moderate in your pace, the way you walk. Be moderate. Waghdud min sawtik. And lower your voice. Allahu Akbar. Lower your voice, your tone. When you talk to people, lower your tone. Put it down. Humble. Because inna ankara al-aswat la sawtul hamir. Because the most disliked or detested voice to Allah is the voice of a donkey. So do not make your voice like the voice of a donkey. Uncontrollable. Have you heard the voice of donkey? Don't worry, Sheikh Wali will explain to you. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, this is the detested voice to Him. So don't make that voice to be the voice of a donkey. For the further Sheikh.
Ya salam. Cameraman.
Yeah.
If you hear the voice of donkey, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to say?
Well, if I hear the voice of a donkey, I know that that is not a human being.
Places, brothers.
And as a result, I don't take it for granted.
So what do you do?
You run, yeah?
Now, what are you supposed to say if you hear? A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Why? Because it has seen shaitan. Shaitan is around. So you have to seek protection. So this is very important. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said we should not do anything like that. Therefore, in the nutshell, you can say this is part of the taqwa. You have to teach your child, as Luqman Islam was teaching his child. Such a beautiful thing and so forth is a part of the taqwa that you have to inculcate. God consciousness, not only in the month of Ramadan and then after that, no, it's the whole, every aspect of your life. Therefore, you must make the child know about wujudullah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exists. Make the child know that. Show the child the nature that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows us in the Holy Quran. The sky, what is in the sky, that so many beautiful things and so forth. Show the child about this earth, how Allah has spread it, and have everything that you need. All these type of things and so forth you have. And teach the child also about Tawheed. Tawheed Rububiyyah. What's the meaning of Tawhid al-Rububiyyah? Oneness of Allah in terms of what? Okay, Lordship, isn't it? Good. What does that mean? It means Allah is the creator of all. Allah is the controller of everything. Everything that you are doing, you are all under the control of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Tawheed al-Uluhiyyah. Also, in terms of ibadah, the worship, that you can hear that the worship only belongs to Allah. And that's why you have to recite this surah, Surah Al-Fatiha, in every salah, in every rak'ah that you make. Isn't it? Why? Because it says, Iyyaka na'bud. That is it. You alone, Allah, you worship. And also, only you seek what? So you testify that one in your salat. And let the child also know about that. That there is no one to be worshipped except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then let the child know about Tawheed in terms of al-asma and sifat, the beautiful names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His attributes. And His attributes. For example, when you read Surah 17, Ayah 110.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قل ادعوا الله أو ادعوا الرحمن أيما تدعوا فله الأسماء الحسنى ولا تجهر بصلاتك ولا تخافت بها وابتغي ما بين ذلك سبيلا وقل الحمد لله الذي لم يتخذ ولدا ولم يكن له شريك في الملك ولم يكن له ولي من الذل وكبره تكبيرا. Allah says, قل ادعوا الله, say, call upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His name, Allah. Awidu'ur Rahman, or call upon Ar-Rahman, because it's one of his names as well. Ar-Rahman, Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Kareem. Call upon him. Ayyamma tad'u, whichever name you choose to call, Allah said, فَلَهُ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى. To him belong the most beautiful names and attributes. Subhanallah. Allah said, وَلَا تَجْهَرْ بِصَلَاتِكَ. He said, neither speak the prayer aloud. وَلَا تُخَافِتْ بِهَا. No, speak it in a low tone. وَابْتَغِي بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ سَبِيلًا. But seek the middle course between. وَقُلِ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ. Say praises and thanks belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. الَّذِي لَمْ يَتَّخِذْ وَلَدٍ. It is He, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who does not have a child at all. He does not have a child. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ شَرِيكٌ. And He does not have a partner. فِي الْمُلْكِ, in His kingdom or dominion. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ وَلِيٌّ مِنَ الذُّلِّ. And He does not have anyone to protect Him from humiliation. Never. Subhanallah. وَكَبِّرُ. Allah said, send greatness to him. Say Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. Takbir. 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 Allah said, وَكَبِّرُ is a command. Say takbir. Takbir. Send glory. And his greatness and glory is above everything. Let's go to Surah 7 now, Ayah 181. 181. Surah A'raf. Okay, start from 180 here. Surah A'raf, chapter 7, verse 180 to 181. Going to look at. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ولله الأسماء الحسنى فادعوه بها وذروا الذين يلحدون في أسمائه سيجزون ما كانوا يعملون وممن خلقنا أمة يهدون بالحق وبه يعدلون. Allah says, وَلِلَّهِ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى. To Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala belong the most beautiful names. فَدُعُوهُ بِهَا. Call him by his names and attributes. Allah said, call him by his names and attributes.
Attributes like what?
The Sheikh said, attributes like what? Who can give me an example? Beautiful names and attributes like what? Yeah, give me. Al-Kareem. Al-Wadud. MashaAllah. Al-Qudus. Al-Malik. I can hear just this side now. MashaAllah. Okay, Shakur. Okay, MashaAllah. What about this side? Al-Aziz, MashaAllah, the most exalted one. Okay, let's continue quickly. Allah said, وَلِلَّهِ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى. So Allah belong all the beautiful names and attributes. Allah said, فَدْعُوهُ بِهَا. Distort his names. Shun them. سَيُجْزَوْنَ مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. They will be surely rewarded for what they do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمِمَّنْ خَلَقْنَا أُمَّةٌ يَهْدُونَ بِالْحَقِّ وَبِهِ يَعْدِلُونَ. Of those whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have created are people who direct others with truth. So the truth. And also as well, they dispense truth or justice therewith. Amongst them. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the verses I have recited. فَلْيَتَفَضَّلْ الشَّيْخ.
So this is very important. You must let the children or your child know about these beautiful names of Allah. That if anything happens to you, say, Ya Allah, or Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Kareem. Call all these beautiful names, any one of them that you call. It is good. Anyone that you call, it is good. And then the next part, you must make the child also know about Huququllah. That means the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon ibad, on the creation. What is the right of Allah upon us? The rights of Allah upon us? Yes.
Okay, to worship Allah.
To worship Allah alone.
Beautiful. I love that
Okay,
statement.
that is
Alone.
it. That means we do not make shirk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His ibadah and everything. No. And His right also upon us, if you do that, and without making partners with Him, that He will not punish us. He said, if you do not make partners with Him and you worship Him, He will not punish us. Then you have to know about hukukul ibad. Let the child know about that. The rights of other human beings, his fellow mankind, and so forth. Whether they are Muslims or non-Muslims. Because you all at the end, from the beginning, you all come from the same, isn't it? They have been formed the same way. You have been carried in the wombs of our mothers the same amount of months, isn't it? If it is less than that, maybe they will say what? Pretty much. Okay. So all this type of things and so forth, you have to know about it. So the right of other creations, you must know. Some of them, like what? Who can tell us some of the rights of other human beings, our fellow human beings? Yes, cameraman, like what?
Who can tell us some of the rights of human beings?
Yeah. The rights of our own fellow human beings.
The rights of our own fellow human beings. And that is the rights of a human being to a human being. Respect. Mutual respect.
Privacy.
Privacy.
Yeah.
I love that. Privacy. Do we have type of privacy? That's why we missed you last week. We do. Privacy. Caring. Good communication.
Helping the people in need.
Helping the people in need.
Yes, that's very free. Well,
Helping the people in need.
that's what Allah is telling us.
Show kindness to one another.
Now,
Show kindness to one another.
show kindness to one another.
Be charitable.
Be charitable.
Teach each other.
Huh?
Teaching each other.
Teach one another.
Good things.
Visit them while they are sick.
Visit them while they are sick, if they are not sick.
Okay, job.
If they are not sick, you forget them.
If they are dead, you follow the janaza.
Okay, if they are dead, you follow the janaza. But don't follow them when they are not dead.
No, when they are dead, still follow them.
Okay.
Visit the grave.
Visit the grave. Okay.
MashaAllah, well done. That is very pretty. I love that one. So when you go to Surah 4,
Surah 4.
Surah
Nisa.
Surah 2,
Surah 4.
Oh, yeah.
Verse
36.
46.
36.
Stop talking.
You ready?
Yeah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم واعبدوا الله ولا تشركوا به شيئا وبالوالدين إحسانا وبذي القربى واليتامى والمساكين والجار ذي القربى والجار الجنب والصاحب بالجنب وابن السبيل وما ملكت أيمانكم إن الله لا يحب من كان مختالا فخورا. Allah says, وَاعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَلَا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا. Worship Allah and do not join Him with a partner. That is huququllah, the right of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is we must worship Allah and do not associate Him with a partner. This is the right of Allah. And now we're going to go to the right of
Parents.
Al-ibad, human, the creation. And Allah said, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا, and be kind to the parents, وَبِذِي الْقُرْبَى, and also as well, those who are close to you in relation, your relatives, وَالْيَتَامَى, and the what? The orphans, beautiful. MashaAllah, I like that. وَالْمَسَاكِينَ, the needy, those who are in need. وَالْجَارِ ذِي الْقُرْبَى,
Strangers.
But what kind of neighbor?
What kind of neighbors?
Strangers.
Beautiful. I love that. Your neighbors that are nearby, those who are near to you, and then wajari bil junub. The neighbors that are further away. Beautiful. May Allah reward you for that. And the neighbors that are far away, yeah, as well. Wabn is sabil, and the one who is in the cause of who? Of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who travel or in the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُكُمْ, and what your hands possess. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not like مَنْ كَانَ مُخْتَالًا فَخُورًا. Allah does not like anyone who is arrogant and someone who walks boastfully in this land.
Well, mashallah. So now in this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us both the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the rights of our human brothers. Allah had mentioned something here. One, He mentioned that one, but He mentioned it twice. What is that? Allah mentioned it, but He mentioned it twice in it.
Neighbors.
Neighbors, what kind of neighbor? One is
One closer to you, nearby.
nearby.
And the one farther.
Yeah.
Strangers.
Alright. That means the neighbor can be your own relative. Who is closer to you, that's your own relative. Okay? So this person, whether it's a Muslim or non-Muslim, this is very important. Whether the person is a Muslim or a non-Muslim, you must do what? What Allah said you should do?
Be kind.
Be kind to them. And then the neighbor also who is not your relative,
Who is a stranger?
who is a stranger to you, but that person is your neighbor. So whether the person is a Muslim or a non-Muslim, you must show kindness to that person. Don't say that, oh, this one, he or she is not a Muslim, so I can do whatever I want to do. No. Prophet ﷺ had said, Jibril used to advise me and admonish me concerning my neighbor, until I was afraid one day he would come and tell me that my neighbor has right to inherit me. But unfortunately, so what is the neighborhood? It is like community. When you talk about community, here in the masjid, we are community. And the masjid is also in a certain locality. That one also is a community to us. This also is another community to us. And then that locality also is within the country itself. So all that is also our community. So what you cannot do or harm someone and so forth, you should not go to somewhere else to do that one to other people over there. Say because they are not in our community. They are not in our locality. So I can go there and do anything and so forth. No.
My dear brothers and sisters in the deen, we've come to the end of this, the first part of this session, bi'idhnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we shall return back immediately after Salah to sum it up, and then inshallah we will admit or invite brothers and sisters to ask their questions, and then inshallah the sheikhs will respond to you. Jazakumullahu wa khair al-jaza. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. My dear humble mothers, brothers, fathers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Please, we need decorum and want everyone to pay attention because it's very, very important, please. Now reward you all and accept this from all of us, Karim. The Sheikh, mashallah, was talking about the connection or the relationship between Taqwa Allah Azza wa Jalla, to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or God consciousness, and our children and how we bring them up. This was so beautiful, and we pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward the Sheikh abundantly, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him and his family al-Jannah bi-ghayri hisab, and all of us as well, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us al-Jannah bi-ghayri hisab. Those who are sick amongst us, may Allah cure them. Those who are going through trials, tribulations, problem, may Allah ease their path, and may He, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make us live, die, and be raised of judgment as pious Muslims. My dear respected brothers and sisters in the deen, we're going to come to the second part of the session to conclude, and then bi'idhnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala will invite questions, comments and answers, inshallah. Then we come to the end of the session. فليتفضل الشيخ مشكورا.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. Alhamdulillah, we are still alive. We have finished performing salat. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our salat for us. Any kind of mistakes that we made in our salat, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. Brothers and sisters, before we start this session, you made one dua. Do you remember the dua that you made just now?
Yes.
Yes, what is that dua? Can you say it? MashaAllah, I think the battery.
Yeah, the battery.
They need the Duracell battery. Just to give them energy. Because the battery is so weak.
Very, very.
Make the battery come a little.
That battery is gone, so you need to change it now for a new one. Are we ready for that? Okay, I want to hear that. Let's start. Okay, today we're going to determine whether men first or ladies first. They said ladies first as always. Okay, let's start with the brothers. Only the brothers. Allahumma barik lana. Because Sheikh said, I said brothers, I'm part of the brothers. Okay, brothers, I can hear now.
Allahumma barik lana.
The battery is on. Let's go to the ladies. 1, 2, 3, go. Allahumma barik lana fi Rajab wa Sha'ban wa balighna Ramadan. These ones, they always want to challenge. Women, when it comes to challenge Allah, they are ready. Because I said ladies now, that's why they shouted. MashaAllah, takbir. Okay, let's all of us say it. Allahumma barik lana fi Rajab wa Sha'ban wa balighna Ramadan. It means, oh Allah, bless us in Rajab and Sha'ban and make us witness the month of Ramadan. And not only witness it, in that one, it means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts it for us because we are amongst those who fast the month of Ramadan and their fasting is accepted. May Allah make us be amongst them. You know.
That is good. You see, this is a blessing. It means the month of Rajab becomes the month that you put the seed. and then it germinates. So you do a lot of good things in Rajab. And when Shaban comes, what happens to the seed that had been germinated?
Shoots up.
It grows. So Prophet ﷺ, he used to fast a lot in the month of Shaban, until the companion asked him, Messenger of Allah, you have never seen you fasting apart from Ramadan, so many days as you are doing it in the month of Shaban. And the beautiful answer was, because this is the month between Rajab and Ramadan, which people forget. What did they forget, Messenger of Allah? He said, this month, our deeds are being raised up unto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I want my deeds to be raised up while I am fasting. Okay, so this one, it helps you, it shoots up, mashallah. And when Ramadan comes, what happens to that tree? What happens to the tree? That tree.
It begins to bear fruit.
Bear fruit, and then the harvest comes. So you make more by that you are taking the fruits during the month of Ramadan. So it is good if you can fast in this month as a preparation also for you. Maybe 2 days or 3 days, whatever. You try to do it, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, I think.
Alright, we are going to come to the end of this session, inshallah, in 2 minutes' time. As I would like to pass the mic to my dear brother MUSA, inshallah, to say kalima or kalimatain. When we say word plus 2 is equals to 3, right? Okay, say 3 words.
I've said it 3 words.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين إمام المتقين نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم أما بعد. Brothers and sisters, we welcome you all to this session tonight, the tafsir given by Sheikh FAISAL BOADI. Alhamdulillah, may Allah preserve him and prolong his life, and may he continue to be with us so that we may benefit from this noble cause that will lead us to Jannah, and not the ordinary Jannah, but the highest one, Al-Firdausul A'la. May Allah preserve him and his family and protect him for us, so may he continue to be with us. As we all know, this is all about the preparation of the Ramadan. You know, when you're about to get a visitor, what do? You get prepared, and that is it, the Ramadan. May Allah make us benefit from the Ramadan that is coming, and more Ramadan to come. And may Allah make us reap the reward of it. May Allah accept us in the Ramadan. And as we all know, it's a training ground for you and I to be prepared. So may Allah make it easy for us. There's not much to say. We're just waiting for brothers and sisters to send in their questions and comments. Then, inshallah, we'll give our word 1 or 2 words, as Sheikh Yusuf said. 1 or 2, that's 3 words. Inshallah. We don't say much because the lesson has been given by the Sheikh. I don't want to go over the lesson. But as we ask questions or make comments, inshallah, we may broaden the explanation. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward the Sheikh for giving us 15 words or more. That's beautiful. Inshallah. We're going to entertain questions now. Very few questions because we're going to end the sessions as soon as possible. So brothers will have their meals and then we get prepared for Salah, inshallah. Now, anyone? Yes, ya Habibi. Let me go to the Sheikh if I come to you. Please, let's observe audience quietness. Please, Jazakumullah khairan. Please. Thank you. Now.
Listen. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum.
What I'd like to know is like, you see, brother, Luqman, this chapter, Luqman, yes? Now, as far as I hear, he was not prophet, was he?
The chapter?
Prophet Luqman.
Yeah.
Was he? But whereabouts?
Oh, if he was a prophet or not?
Yeah, and
okay,
was
that's
he a Jew or was he a Christian?
Sisters at the back, please. If you can just give us the opportunity for brothers and sisters to ask their questions, please. May Allah reward you. Now.
Was he a Jew or a Christian? And was he, what part of the world was he actually, where was he actually located?
MashaAllah.
If you know it.
You know, Brother Abdul Razak, MashaAllah, he was thinking deeply. Yeah? Abdul Haq, Allah is the same, inshallah. It is the same because Allahu al-Razak, Allahu al-Haq, khalas. Brother Abdul Haq said, he wants to know about Luqman. Was he a prophet or not? That's one. And the second one, was he a Jew? That's what he said, or a Christian? That's two. The third one, what part of this world, did he come from, or was he where this incident happened and when he was advising his son? Fadala Sheikh.
This is very good question, and that is our homework. So everybody, you are going to make a research. First of all,
that you are going, maybe you will go with another group. For this year, it's complete. We even have more and people are coming more, but we don't have any space. They want us to recommend other people for them, but we cannot guarantee. But inshallah this year, it's going to be a special one. Just keep smiling. Allah is with you. بإذن الله سبحانه وتعالى. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Please don't forget brothers, the food is coming out so you can eat inshallah. Jazakumullah.
Alhamdulillah, my dear brothers.